Hi guys, welcome back to VoiceOver Startup. I'm Jeremy, and as I was sitting down here at my desk, I was hearing a lot of noise upstairs. Now, any of us that have kids, especially during the quarantine, our kids are home. And so if you're used to it being nice and quiet in your home office or your home studio, now all of a sudden there's noise that you have to deal with. So I wanted to kind of talk about that for a minute. How do you deal with noise? When you're doing a voiceover, it's a big deal. For a podcast, maybe not as big a deal because I think a little background noise is just more acceptable. But if you're doing voiceovers, an actual voiceover job, whether it's for a commercial or e-learning or narration of a video or an audiobook, you can't have any noise. In fact, ACX will reject your files if there's background noise. Okay, if there's a boom, you hear someone stomping upstairs. I'm down in the basement where I am. So what do you do about noise? So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. There's a couple things, and these are things that aren't super expensive. Now the expensive way to do it is get what's called a whisper room, which is it's like a booth that they build. I mean, they cost thousands of dollars, $10,000, and up. They're pretty much soundproof. So they keep any sound out, which is great. Most of us in the real world, we can't afford that. So what can we do? Well, one of the easiest things to do is use blankets. Okay, and thick blankets, moving blankets, like the moving blankets in the back of a U-Haul, or even go to Walmart and buy just thick plush blankets. Hang those around. If you're using a closet, hang those in the closet. When I first started, I had a blanket hanging in the back of my booth, and then I had a mattress, a twin bed mattress that I'd put up against the door. Because I didn't have the door frame. Okay, I framed in a little area, but didn't actually have a door for it. So I just put that mattress up in front. What you're looking for is a dead sound. And if you look, my camera is mounted, but you can see here on this side, this side, right there. Okay, see that? See this? Okay, that's some acoustic tile. There was a guy on Facebook Marketplace that was selling like 30 of these things for like $10. And they're usually like, a few bucks a piece. So I bought all those. And what I've done, my little office area, there's kind of a little nook here, a little cubby hole that I slide my desk into, but it was kind of echoey. So and I haven't covered the whole walls, but I've put a few of these panels on each wall just to kind of break up. And that's what you want to do is, it's not necessarily that you have to cover every square inch of your bare wall with acoustic foam, but you want to cover enough of it that it blocks the sound waves from bouncing around. That's what gives you the echo and the sound of the room. So that's one issue. There's ambience in the sound of the room that we want to control, but then also just noise in general. And that's what I've found is tougher. It's easy enough to get a nice dead sound just by acoustic treatment, right? Another great thing is those eggshell foam rubber mattress pads that you can pick up for $10 or $15. Those are great because they're big and they cover a lot of space, and the little eggshell pattern works great for disrupting those sound waves that cause the echoes and things. So those are great. You can go into the craft section at Walmart. I sound like a Walmart commercial, but that's where I can find so much of this stuff, right? You go into the craft section at Walmart and you can buy these packages of like 4 24 by 24 inch thick foam rubber pads. And it's only $5 or $6. You get 4 of those, and just tack those or tape those with 2-sided tape to your wall. And those are good for covering a pretty wide area of your wall. So it does 2 things, right? If it keeps you from getting the echoes from the sound waves bouncing across hard, flat surfaces. Hard, flat surfaces are what you want to avoid, right? That's why blankets, foam rubber anything that absorbs those sound waves and keeps them from bouncing around will help with the room echo, but it will also help with noise upstairs. What you need to help with shutting out noise from upstairs really is thickness. Okay. So the thicker, the better. What I've found is there are just sometimes during the day that I just don't even try to record, because and when school was still on, it was right after the boys got home from school, because they're kind of excited and running around and stomping, and if I'm trying to record, that would come through. So now I've learned to just kind of avoid those times. And it's also good to maybe tell your family members, say, hey guys, I'm doing a voiceover for the next 30 minutes, so let's hold it down. Don't bounce balls up here. Don't be running around and wrestling and that sort of thing. So some of it is just kind of changing the behaviors around your house. Other things like washer and dryer running, or air conditioning, or that sort of thing. There's other ways you can deal with that. Now, if it's a constant sound, like, it doesn't really bother me if it's a steady sound. Someone running the shower and you hear the hot water heater running. I'm in the basement, so everything runs through the ceiling of the basement, right? Those things are okay, because in my noise reduction, I can cut that stuff out if it's kind of a consistent sound. The problems are hard. You hear a knock, or someone running up and down the stairs, because you can't really use your noise reduction for that kind of stuff. So a consistent noise, air conditioner, shower running, washer or dryer running, those are easier to deal with. It's the short, quick, unexpected sounds that are harder to deal with. So from a sound standpoint, you want to treat your space so you have a nice dead room sound. For one, right here on this mic compared to my usual mic, I still hear some room ambience, a little echo that kind of bugs me. So I got a little more work to do with that. One of the easiest things for me to do would be to just hang a blanket behind me here, a thick blanket. That would do a lot to help. But for the noises, that's a little tougher, right? Shut doors, thickness. The thickness of your acoustic treatment will help more than anything on those sorts of things. And again, sometimes you might just need to avoid recording at times when there's a lot of noise happening in your house. What you don't want to do is be turning in projects where you hear footsteps in the background or kids yelling or anything like that. You can't have any of that. Just not professional. So just a few thoughts, a few ideas. Hopefully you'll find those helpful. Please, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.